Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking to watch today's video. I'm so happy to have you here right now, and thank you so much to all my returning subscribers. I'm so grateful for you having to return here to watch my videos all the time. And to the new subscribers, karibuni sana. Here we love talking about a little bit of everything in life, so please stay tuned for more and more exciting topics to come. Now, in my previous video, you guys showed me a lot of love. Thank you for all the comments and the likes and the views. I'm so grateful. So before we move on with this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because that way you will be supporting my channel so that I can get motivated to keep bringing more and more content. Amaniaji. Have you ever heard that saying that goes that adulthood is like crossing the road, whereby you check left and right for incoming vehicles? You confirm that there's none coming, but then once you start crossing the road, only for you to be hit by an airplane. Yeah, let me tell you, adulthood is a scam. And in today's video, we're going to discuss things that we were never told about adulthood as children, that right now, upon realizing them, you're shocked to the core. And so without talking a lot, let's go direct to the video. Okay, so on to the first point. It is hard to reach the bare minimum. My goodness, when you are a child, you have this amount of goals that you want to achieve in life, and you know, sometimes we even go ahead to write in our diaries, you know, by the time I am 25, I'm going to buy a car. By the time I am 27, I'm going to buy a house. By the time I am 30, I get married, I have children, and I'll be living happily ever after in my house, in my, you know, such things. But then let me tell you the truth. Whenever you become an adult, it becomes very hard for you to even achieve the bare minimum, especially if you don't have an uncle or a parent who is able enough to hold your hand, and you have to do everything by yourself. I mean, like, you have to look for money, you have to look for those jobs by yourself, and, you know, just get your shit together, like, get your life going. It is very hard to achieve even the bare minimum, like simply moving into your dream apartment, or even maybe buying your first car. Yeah, it's very hard. Sometimes it looks as if you're just doing nothing, because every day you're waking up, you're going to work, you're getting a salary at the end of the month, but whenever you share that salary amongst your bills and your wants and your needs, you end up remaining with almost nothing. So it's a very big scam. It's a very big scam. Number two, food is very expensive, and so is everything else. This one, hey, let me tell you, I never thought that food is that expensive. You know, when you are a child, you're just eating without even minding how much that food costs, without even caring how or whatever your parents had to incur in order for them to be able to provide that food consistently, the fruits and the drinks and everything in your house that you eat, and even the detergents and everything else, including your clothing. You never think about the cost until you're an adult and you have to sort all that by yourself. Hey, like, let me give you a scenario. In our house, we never lack fruits. I mean, like, my mom is that person who will make sure there are fruits, different types of fruits every single day in that house. Like, she's that person. But now when you're an adult, it's very hard to keep up having fruits in your house all the time, because first thing is that fruits go bad easily, so you have to keep shopping for fruits. And the kind of money they cost, oh my goodness, nobody prepared me for that. It is very expensive. Coming from an area whereby fruits are, you can find fruits easily, and many people have grown different types of fruits. And then now, as an adult living in Mombasa, where everything is important and you have to buy the price that they are selling in the market or in the supermarket or whatever, let me tell you, fruits are very expensive, food is very expensive, and so is everything else. And let me tell you, that just basically makes me want to think adulthood is a scam. A very big one for that matter. The other one is, as an adult, it is very hard for you to even reach the bare minimum. For context, I had very many life goals that I had written down in my diary, or is it a journal, when I was 20, and you know, I used to tell myself like, by the time I am 25, I want to have achieved this. By the time I am 30, I want to have my first car, I want to have my first house, or probably be in the process of buying my first house, blah 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 blah, and so many other things. But let me tell you, the reality is I'm now 26. I'm looking at my goals and the possibility of achieving them. I don't know, you guys. When you look at the timelines that you have put for yourself to achieve those goals, and now being on the ground, the actual time that it's going to take you to achieve those goals, hey my friend, adulthood is a scam. Because you know, I used to think that once I'm done with college, I'm going to get a job immediately, and then I'm going to be able to save this amount of money every single month, and on the side I'll be doing businesses that are going to be giving me this much, and then I will be able to save up, and by the time I'm 25, I'm going to buy a car. Yes, for context, I'm 26 and I don't have my first car. So you better keep watching this video so that you can support this side hustle of mine, that I can be able to buy my first car. Yeah, that's the reality. The other one is that adulthood brings constant worry. This is because when you are an adult, you have so many responsibilities at hand. If you do not have a family, then you have your bills to pay, then you have your friends to make sure that you catch up with. Often, because if you don't do that, then they are going to ghost you and you're going to have no friends. My friend, you're not going to have any friends. You have family to keep checking on them, because if you don't, again, who's going to do that? So there's a lot of constant worrying, because sometimes you don't get enough time to be able to sort all these responsibilities that you have. So sometimes you're worrying, is my mom okay, is my dad okay, and you're not able even to visit them as often as you want, because probably you're working in a faraway town from your hometown, or even you're abroad. And yeah, adulthood brings constant worrying. And I don't want to touch on now being a mother or being a wife and having a family, because I believe that is even a lot more heavy, because you need to worry about more than one person that is in your innermost circle. And especially when it comes to worrying about your children, my friend, I don't know how that I don't know, but it's just something about when you have a child. It's like just a piece of your heart walking around every time. You're worrying if they're going to be hurt, if they're going to be loved in school, and so many things. Are they going to be bullied in school and such things? Yeah, and so that's why I feel like adulthood is quite a scam. The other one is that your house needs constant cleaning. Oh my friend, I don't know if when you were a child, it was amongst your chores for you to clean the house, or maybe you're very lucky to have a nanny in your homestead, so you never used to do such kind of chores. But when you are an adult and you're living alone, for example, you have to keep cleaning your house every single day. You cannot postpone cleaning the house and say maybe like, I'm going to clean the house end month, just like you do for bills. Maybe say that I'm going to sort the bills end month. You can't do that for your house. Like every single day you have to set aside some time for you to go and clean that house. You have to make your bed every single morning. You have to wash your dishes every single day after meals. You have to wash your clothes. You have to, it's a lot. I mean, like, cleaning is constantly happening in adulthood, and that's something you cannot escape. Otherwise, unless you want to be living like a mouse in a rubbish bin. The other point is that in adulthood, there's never enough time, and any free time that you get, you end up spending it running errands. As a person who is working a 9 to 5, I find myself being able to do some of the things that I cannot do on normal working days whenever I have free time. Like my weekends cannot even be called weekends. Like I cannot say that I have free weekends, because that's when I'll be shooting my YouTube videos, that's when I'll be editing my YouTube videos, and I'll also be spending time with my family. So now basically there's no free time for you to even spend with yourself unless you intentionally create that time, because nobody will ever create it for you. Nobody will ever create that time for you. So yeah, there's never enough time in adulthood. and you keep running all the time, running errands, chasing the paper, because you got bills to pay, responsibilities to take care of. So you can never get to a point whereby you say that you really have enough time. And the other point is there's not true freedom. When I was a child looking forward to becoming an adult, one of the main things that I had in mind is that whenever I become an adult, I am going to have true freedom, or just basically I'm going to have freedom. And this kind of freedom, I used to look at it in the perspective of, being free to do whatever you want, being free to manage your own time. Even making your own decisions as an adult. And yes, it's true. Some of these things you're able to do them as an adult, but then is there really true freedom? Because even the time that you have that time is shared amongst very many things that you really need to do. And you cannot afford to just sit and do nothing, because you have responsibilities and bills to pay and a lot more that is on your shoulders, that is on your back, waiting to get sorted. And you cannot afford to say that you really have true freedom. Even for the ones that are lucky enough to not be working a 9-to-5 job, then they have errands to run every single day in their businesses. They have the house to take care of, for example, if you're a housewife. So you never have like true freedom. As an adult, you cannot do whatever you want. You got to do whatever you need to do. You cannot afford to have the luxury to do whatever you want. You have to do whatever you need to do. For example, you can have a friend to say that next month I'm going to take a whole month on vacation to Malaysia, Singapore, because you got to do what you need to do, and that is going to work, and that is taking care of your family, that is taking care of many other responsibilities that are hard for you to take care of. I'm not saying that you cannot afford to go for a vacation, but get me right. If you still got to work in order for you to afford that vacation, then you can, at that point, you cannot afford to want to go for the vacation. The only thing you can afford to do is to need to go to work so that you can afford to go for the vacation. Do you understand me? Yeah. So yeah, and that makes me feel that adulthood is such a big scam. The other point, which is going to be our last point, is that life never stops and the world will never wait for you. Now, I'm very sure that even when you look at the people that you graduated college with, some of them are far ahead of you, or maybe you're ahead of them in terms of where you are, the place you are in life right now. And funny enough, the world will never wait for anyone. Life will still keep moving. If it's technology, it will still continue advancing. Everything is just keep moving, despite the fact that you're not able to move at the same speed. So when you're an adult, it's just for you to be intentional about how you're going to grow as a person, how you're going to grow your finances as a person, because nobody will wait for you to tell you this and that, or basically just the world will never wait for you to to figure out things. Like, for example, and this is something that I really feel that should be taught in schools: financial education. When you become an adult, that's when you discover that you really need to know how to invest, you really need to know how to save up your money, and many more things, including taxes. It's never clear to children how much tax you have to pay as an adult. It's never clear to children how much saving you got to do in order for you to achieve some goals in life, and some and investments and all that. So I feel like it's important for children in high school or even in college to get that financial education. And it's not that financial education whereby you're taught how to balance sheets and all that, and how to write invoices and all that. Yes, all that is important, but then at least teach them how to save up money. At least teach them the new investment methods that they can jump into when they are from college, and how even to pay their taxes, and even many things. Because when you become an adult, that's when it hits you that you have to pay taxes, you have to invest, you have to save up money, you have to do all these things around your finances. But then if you do not have the knowledge on how to do them, then you're still going to be this person who lives maybe the kind of life that I like to call hand to mouth life. Because if you're not going to save up, then it means that whenever there is an emergency, you're going to sort it with what you have at hand, because you did set away some emergency funds and all of that. And yeah, so that's basically it. I feel like adulthood is a lot more than we just see it when we are children, and it's very, very important for every parent to prepare their children for adulthood and let them know everything that goes in and around adulthood, the bills and the responsibilities, and the working non-stop and all of that, so that they can be prepared mentally, so that it doesn't come as a shock to them when they become adults. And yeah, I'd love to know what came to you as a shock when you became an adult in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching this video to this end. Kama umefika hapa, I really love you so much, because you are that person that really supports a girl. Make sure you share it, you like it, and you comment, and you subscribe to this channel if you have not. And let's see each other in my next video.